Okay, so we are still working with the Pythagorean theorem, but today we're going to take a look at some story problems and like real life situations. So for number one here, and obviously, so for these, just as a little FYI, if they do not give you a triangle, I am going to recommend, and you're going to see me draw them out. So any story problem, I always draw out the picture. So for number one here, it says the bottom of a ladder must be placed 3 feet from a wall. The ladder is 12 feet long. How far above the ground does the ladder touch the wall? So here's my wall. And then the ladder obviously is leaning up against the wall. So here's my ladder. And then there completes my triangle. So the bottom of the ladder is 3 feet from the wall. So there's the 3. The ladder itself is 12 feet long. How high up the wall does the ladder touch? That's the X. That's the missing side. So when you're thinking about the Pythagorean theorem, across all of these are still Pythagorean theorem. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Across from the 90, this is my c, and then this is my a, and that's my b. So I'm going to plug my values in now. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. 3 squared plus x squared equals 12 squared. So I'm going to square everything out. So I have 9 plus x squared equals 144. Subtract 9. X squared equals 144 minus 9 is 135. And then you can't leave it as x squared. You have to take the square root. And then you find that the height on the wall is 11.6. And you could say 11.6 feet if you want, but it's 11.6. So the hardest part is just going to be drawing the picture out. Make sure you have the picture drawn correct. Number 2, a soccer field is a rectangle. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. 90 meters wide and 120 meters long. The coach asks the players to run from one corner to the other corner diagonally across the field. There's your triangle. How far do they run? So that is what I'm trying to figure out. How far is this? Which if this is my triangle, if I don't pay attention to that now, across from the right angle, that is C, and then these are A and B. So Pythagorean theorem says a squared, so 90 squared, plus 120 squared equals my diagonal squared. Square those out, and I get 8100, holy moly, plus 14400. Add them together, 22500. And then take the square root. The square and the square root cancel. They're opposite operations. And you get 150. So again, hardest part is just drawing these pictures out, you guys. Number 3, how far from the base of the, oh, we got another ladder. So here's our house. There's my house. How far from the base of the house do you need to place a ladder? So here's my ladder again. Here's my right triangle. So I need to figure out how far from the base, so that's my unknown, to place a 15-foot ladder. So that's 15 because that's how high or how tall the ladder is, so that it reaches the top of a 12-foot wall. So it reaches the top of a 12-foot wall. There we go. All right, so Pythagorean theorem. There's C, there's A, there's B. So then plug in. X squared plus 12 squared equals 15 squared. Square everything out. 15 squared is 225. Subtract the 144. X squared equals 225 minus 144 gives you 81, which is great because when we take the square root, we get x equal 9. Nice solid number. And then number 4 is basically the same thing as number 2. It says, what is the length of a diagonal of a 10 centimeter by 15 centimeter rectangle? So you're just going to draw your rectangle. This is 10, this is 15. You're solving for the hypotenuse. So for those who want to try this one out, you should get, whoops, let me type this in real quick. You should get the diagonal. If you want to try this one on your own, pause it, try it out. You should get 18.0, so just 18 would work. All right, so this is the last of the Pythagorean theorem. You'll have a review over everything tomorrow, and then on Thursday is a quiz over all of the Pythagorean theorem.